All right, so now we're going to jump over to our Shang-Chi review. The bad was Awkwafina, for one. I felt her character at times was just kind of the cringiest and the most annoying.
Yeah.
But there were also moments with Awkwafina that I thought were some of the best moments in the movie. So it kind of, it counterbalanced itself. Besides that, I think that probably the worst aspect of the movie is the fact that we have to wait so long to see his story continue now.
Yeah.
Because we have no idea when he's coming back and when we're going to see anything more from Shang-Chi. It was such an exciting movie. And I look at it now, getting into the good, I look at it as it was a great new take on the superhero genre, especially by introducing those kung fu karate-esque elements. I thought it was just a lot of fun, and it was cool to see in the MCU. The story was solid, and I think one of my favorite parts about it was the use of the protagonist and the antagonist and their motives. It was kind of flipped. And I don't know if a lot of people caught this, because I've watched a lot of reviews and talked to a lot of people. They haven't caught this. But the antagonist is pursuing his goals because of the love and his heart. Whereas the antagonist, which was Shang-Chi, he is pushing forward, not so much pursuing anything, but he's pushing forward due to his anger and, might I say, the hatred that he has for how his childhood was.
He fell to the dark side. Which
is kind of weird, because it's flipped. Normally you see the antagonist being the one that's... Or wait, did I say that? I said it wrong. I said it backwards. Shang-Chi, well, you guys know what I'm saying. My notes are shit right now. But
it's all good.
But no, Shang-Chi was the one who was like, he had like the dark desires, whereas the Mandarin, or his father, he had good intentions. I mean, his history was evil. His history was bad. But his intentions and motives for this movie moving forward, they were all good intentions. It's just that he went about it the wrong way. So I really did like that whole aspect of it. And last thing I'll say about it before Colton jumps in, the fighting was just freaking awesome. It was so cool to see. It really was. So what were your thoughts?
I didn't really take that extensive notes. So I really kind of focused on like the beginning of the movie, because at that point I was just like drug into it and I was really riding. The origins in the beginning of the film with the 10 rings, super dope. Fight choreography, amazing. I can't argue with that. Like it looked like Stan Lee and Jackie Chan had a fucking love baby out there.
Jet Li?
Jet Li, not Stan. Well, no, Stan Lee can do it too. Fuck it. He was the Excelsior. And that bus scene that was in the trailers, super dope. Like that was really good.
Yeah.
Easily probably the high point of the movie.
I don't know, man. I loved the ending. I thought the ending was phenomenal. Just all the fighting, and because the story was so good getting to that point, I had more emotion for that moment at the end with him and his father than I have had in almost every other Marvel film that isn't Endgame. I literally sat there and I was like, I'm tearing up a little bit here, and I just met these characters an hour and a half ago. It was that good.
But I only got 2 negatives for this, and one is like the runaway bus had some bad CGI at times, and then the stupid fucking Marvel humor when Shang-Chi's talking about his childhood and she goes, "Oh, we're out of chicken. Do you want beef or vegetarian?" Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm invested in something else.
Obviously, you had that Marvel humor in there. And again, that's Awkwafina kind of played that role as the comedic relief. And that's the thing. There were times when it was just cringe and just I didn't want to deal with it. But most of the time, I enjoyed her character.
I mean, those are my only 2 negatives. And I feel like the one's kind of nitpicky.
What did you think of the the mid-credit scene?
I would hate to be Captain Marvel's hairdresser because she grew hair really fast. I'm also interested on why, which I'm sure is going to tie to She-Hulk, but why Bruce Banner was Bruce Banner and not Professor Hulk.
All right, everyone.
I do have a question for you though.
Oh, okay.
In the I guess mid-credit scene, what do you think the Beacon was calling out to?
A lot of people speculate that it's the Eternals, because I think a lot of people, and even my son Chase, he's saying that he feels that the rings were made by or for the Eternals, which I can understand. I can get that whole idea. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know enough, and I know that they changed the story of the Ten Rings for this movie, because in the comics, from what I understand, they weren't rings that like kind of went on your arms and made you more powerful. And some iterations, there were literal rings that you put on your hands and utilize, and it gave you some abilities. So they've changed it enough where I'm not even going to utilize the comics to try and figure out what they're doing. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and get excited about what's to come, because I this was many hundreds times better than what Black Widow was.
Yeah.
And this got me excited again for the MCU. And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that was going to get me excited again for what Marvel was doing in their films, because I've liked the TV shows more so than not. We haven't had a great Marvel movie since, really, if you think about it, Infinity War. I mean, Endgame was great. It was a bunch of fan service moments in that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything about Endgame was just fan service.
Yeah,
There's 3 hours of it.
Captain Marvel was crap. Then you had Spider-Man Far From Home, which is enjoyable. I do like Far From Home, but it wasn't great. And Black Widow is what it was. So this was like the first great Marvel movie we've had in 3 years, 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. Yeah. So that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to the Shang-Chi or whatever. It actually surprised me. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I don't care if I see this or not. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I said I can't believe I don't want to see this.
All right. So before we move on, I just want everybody to know, head over to Spoilerverse.com to get more from Bridging the Geekdoms. You can find so many other great shows over there. What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.